Mr. Singh recently retired from his job and got a bulk of his retirement proceeds, all of his EPF and gratuity and leave salary allowance and everything. And his idea was to buy a house and get some rental from it as a potential income source for him after his retirement. And he wanted to know if this was a good idea. What do you think? Is this a good idea? Let's look at the pros and cons of this idea. Some advantages of buying a real estate property or a house could be that, well, it's an appreciating asset. It can give you good returns over a long period of time. It can also generate some cash flows in the form of rental income, and apparently it also gives you some tax benefits. And of course, there is that sense of ownership, that sense of pride, some sense of control that you own a property. Also, a house could be a great idea, a great asset to bequeath to the children. Like, these work in favor of that idea. However, there are some problems with this whole strategy of buying a house and leaving it on rent. Let me name a few issues with this idea. Number one, investing in real estate necessitates a large outlay of money. So if Mr. Singh has to buy a property, he's not going to get a loan or something after he's 60. So he will have to use the bulk of his retirement proceeds to buy this property. Now that is a big impact on cash flows. Number two, the rental yields in India from houses or residential properties has not been great. For example, if Mr. Singh were to use about 1 crore of rupees to buy a property, he would probably get something like about 15 to 20,000 rupees monthly rent on it. Now this is about 1.8 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs, right? And he will still have to pay maintenance and pay taxes on it. So net on hand, he'll get something like about 1.5 lakhs, right? About 10-12,000 rupees a month. Had he used this 1 crore rupees to just keep it in the bank and get a senior citizen deposit, interest rate, he would get something like about 7 to 7.5%, which is close to 16,000 rupees a month. Where is 10-12,000 rupees? Where is 60,000 rupees? So the rental yields are not such a great idea. Number three, it is a myth that real estate returns are good. Like, people say in 2003 they bought a property worth about 25 lakhs, and in 2023 it is worth about 3 crores. Well, it sounds great, right? But if you do the numbers, you'll realize that the returns are about 13% per annum, which any decent mutual fund would have given for half the hassle. So the numbers don't really support this idea that returns from real estate have been great. Number four, also, a lot of people think that real estate investments are risk-free. Now this is like the farthest from the truth. Real estate investments have some really unique risks. Unique risks like buying the wrong property that leaks and has troubles, getting wrong tenants, having bad neighbors, repairs, maintenances. So there's a lot of complications and hassles around owning a property. Plus, the whole world will know if you have a property which is unnecessary exposure and information for other people. You keep the money quietly in the bank or in mutual funds. Nobody needs to know. So this is avoiding attention, right? Number five, don't even get me started on how illiquid a real estate asset could be. It will take on an average about 3 to 6 months if you want to sell off a property, that also in a good market. And if you just want to partially redeem some money or get some money out of the property, that's not possible. So you weigh the pros and cons on either side of the scale, and according to me, the scale tips big time in favor of the disadvantages. What do you need when you retire? You need safety of capital. You need regular cash flows. You want a little hassle-free life, right? Peace of mind, assets that are easy to maintain and are less cost and less tax, right? So that's the kind of investment portfolio that you want when you retire. Considering all of this, buying a property and leaving it out on rent for regular income upon retirement sounds like a poorly thought through bad idea. If you are a real estate fan and want to invest in real estates in India, you might want to consider investing in REITs, real estate investment trusts, to benefit from both the rental yields, a regular rental yield, as well as capital appreciation of commercial properties. I hope you found this video useful.